Google, Google, you can't hide. You're powering
offices in New York City where tech workers with No Tech for Apartheid are taking part in a day of action to demand that Google and Amazon cut all its ties with Israel, including the contract known as Project Nimbus, where these tech companies are providing state-of-the-art technology. Inside of Google's offices, Google workers have staged a sit-in of the 10th floor for 10 hours before Google called the cops to arrest them. And workers in California, occupying the office of Google Cloud CEO Thomas Kurian, got arrested while live streaming. 9 workers were immediately charged with trespassing and placed on administrative leave. And the next day, Google fired 28 workers in retaliation for protesting.
Hey guys, and welcome to Mika Reacts, where we react to things on the internet. Same day, same shirt, different video. And today we're talking about Google. What is their slogan? Do no evil. Google, okay, sure. We know all the evil that you do. Anyway, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole in this video. I want to talk about how Google is going anti-woke with their new policies that they're trying to usher in. Google is about to go heavy on the AI, and they want the most brilliant minds there is so they can be on the top of their game, so they can beat out all the competition, you know, from not just America, from across over the seas and all the other countries who are working on our AI and our technology. America wants to stay on top, or at least Google wants to stay on top. And you know what they don't have time for? They don't have time for safe spaces. Get rid of the pronouns and the hashtag. Google said we are no longer going to be a company that is allowing their workers to use it as a personal platform to shout out whatever ills they have of the world, whatever community they think is being oppressed, or whatever hashtag is going trendy on TikTok that month. They're done with it because it's a workplace, not a fucking daycare, not a fucking soapbox. If you want to do that on your personal time. You're not going to use Google to be doing that.
Google has decided to change their culture. Uh-oh.
Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai announcing this big company reorganization in a new memo, consolidating teams to help develop AI products more quickly. But he also hinted at a new type of workplace culture for Google. Deirdre Bosa has the details in today's Tech Check. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Carl, good morning. So let me give you a bit of context. Google has really been the poster child of cuddly tech culture, kombucha on tap, masseuses on staff. That's the softer side of it. But also, for many years, it tolerated an openness for employees to bring social, political causes to work, mix ethics and business. But we are increasingly seeing a tougher Google and a tougher Sundar Pichai at the top, necessitated perhaps by this increasingly competitive race in AI. He is going to streamline the business, to simplify structure, improve velocity and execution. But the most interesting part of his memo that came at the end of it, he wrote, and I'm quoting him here, "This is a business, not a place to act in a way that disrupts coworkers or makes them feel unsafe, to attempt to use the company as a personal platform or fight over disruptive issues or debate politics."
I believe, like, was it Google or Apple where they had, like, you know, some employees had a sit-in protest where they refused to work.
Google, Google, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide.
They're pro-Palestinian, anti-Isreal protesters, and they were protesting the ceasefire or whatever. Even though, again, none of this really works. That's why I say a lot of these protesters have nothing to do with Palestine and Gaza anymore. This is just a power play and some super like cult-like ideology that they've all been indoctrinated into. If you go to work and you do not work, that's what you got hired to do. That's what you're employed for. That's what you're getting paid to do. Then you get fired. That's the real world. But, you know, Google is the one that ushered in this freaking woke, soft, like, again, adult daycare atmosphere within our workplace, because that's what they were known for. They the one created this atmosphere, so I feel no ways about it. However, do I think this is a win that Google, if they stick to this, actually is going to do this? I think this is a hell of a win, because for me, a lot of this crazy tribalism stuff really kind of birthed from the really crazy woke ideology that has been really like massaged and enabled, not just like Google, but a lot of these tech companies, Hollywood, media, where again you can be at work on your computer and type out "death to all white men," and not only will you not get fired, you will be promoted. That's where a lot of it I feel like is birthed. If a lot of this woke ideology, this extremist division that's been created through this woke ideology, a lot of that starts to dissipate. If a lot of companies start to not fuck with it anymore, if Hollywood starts to be like, okay, let's get our shit together and just make good films. And by the way, I'm reacting right now to the show Fallout, and I noticed how diverse that cast is, and even I think they have a trans person in it and everything. And guess what? That show is doing amazing because it's a good show. Focus on the talent, focus on the creativity, focus on the quality of the show, and not if it's like filling a diversity quota, which Fallout kind of has done, but they did it in a way where it's not in your face soapbox preached down to you. So for me, once a lot of this extremist woke ideology that's been dividing the country because everything's a fucking label goes away, I think a lot of this extremist tribalism and division that you see will also start to dissipate, because I really think that was the birthplace of that. It's gonna take a while because I do think people thrive in the division and people worship their ideology. So even if we start to come together as a country, there will be people who are fighting against that. It's the same people who are upset when they no longer had mask mandates. People are upset about that because they were able to use the mask as a self-righteous high horse to sit on. So some people thrive in this type of division, but I think for most of us, we kind of want to see it go away. So when I think when you start to see the wokeness dissipate, you will start to see this crazy divide kind of start to dissipate with it. Again, that's not the only issue, that's not the only problem, but it's really birthed in a lot of that. That's why you see this weird gender stuff and transing kids, and there's no such thing as genders. And yes, I'm aware that Biden passed that really weird law policy that basically like makes sex the same thing as gender, meaning you can't discriminate against anybody, like meaning a man can go into a woman's bathroom, or a man or a biological man can play in women's sports and stuff like that. But hopefully whoever is the next president after Biden will get rid of that crazy shit. Who cares about all the women who came before me who really fought for that stuff? Fuck that shit. Fuck feminism, right? Let's just get rid of gender and sex altogether. But a lot of that stuff was like birthed through this crazy woke ideology. So once you start to see that kind of goes away, I feel like a lot of this crazy stuff will start to die off too, and we can go back to a sane country and not be living in this clown world. But again, that's not the only issue, but I think it's a start. Google is not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. They're probably doing this because they want to compete and they want to make money, right? Google says like do no evil, but Google is an evil country, so they are not Captain Save-A-Ho here. But luckily, because of capitalism, money can be a motivator. Not always, but can be. And so if that's the motivation here, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I just want to make it really clear. Google is not like Mr. Good Guy here. But I'm glad that they're doing this, and I hope other companies, Hollywood, everyone starts to follow suit with this, because I think that it's just made the country more divisive, and it made the younger generations crazy. Just go back to, again, the early 2000s, the late 90s. That's where I feel like we hit our sweet spot. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the comment section down below. You can super thanks, and you guys have an amazing, beautiful day. Bye.